Have you ever heard the American comic George Carlin? He talks about why we haven't got a voice. George Carlin says we haven't got a voice because we don't own this country. We don't own our society. We don't own it. It's not owned by us. And the people who do own it don't care about us at all. And so people don't care about us. So thank God we care a bit and can try and do something about. Fantastic story about Lord Abergavenny, who came here last night, hasn't been here in years, had never been to the Abergavenny Food Festival before, owns the castle, had never been here, but is thinking of starting a food festival of his own in Tunbridge Wells, so thought he would come for the first time to the Abergavenny Food Festival, see what he could nick. And he said, I heard you had a marvellous food festival. You're called King Lord Abergavenny. You own the castle. You think you'd pop by. That's why you haven't got a voice. The people who own the place don't give a toss. They don't ever come here. That's why we haven't got a voice. Thank you. Thank you very much. I used to run a writers' centre in Devon. It wasn't just me. It was with my girlfriend at the time. And this is true. And she hated me so much, she wrote a book about how crap it is to have sex with me. And that's also true. So if any of you are thinking, I don't know, I quite like a big man, honestly, there's a whole book about why not. And anyway, that is true. What? Were you? Oh, right, Moni wrote a book about how crap it is to have sex with me. Honestly, that's true. OK, so this lady was on one of these courses. And on a Monday night, people would turn up from all over the country. Middle-class people, no offence. I'm a middle-class person myself, you know what I mean? Abergavenny Food Festival, we're middle class. Let's face it, you know what I mean? Come to terms with it. Anyway, people would turn up and I'd say, would you like a cup of tea? And they'd go, oh, tea. Oh, I don't know, tea. Well, I might have, I've got a fruit tea, I've got a herb tea, I've got a this tea, I've got a that tea, I've got a this tea. And they say, oh, no, I can't have that tea, I can't have that tea. Oh, do you mean builder's tea? It's not called builder's tea, madam, it's called tea. It's called tea. It's not for builders, it's tea. That's tea. That is tea. What you drink is something else. Something else entirely. And at the limit, at the kind of furthest point of the tea intolerance thing, would be people who'd say, oh no, I can't drink any tea. Can I have a cup of hot water? Of course you can. You paid 800 quid to come here for the week, you know. If all you want is a cup of hot water, feel free, love. I'm intolerant even to fruit tea. And this kind of made me think about the nature of intolerance and food. And I thought, once upon a time, we were hunter-gatherers. That's who we were. That's what we did. Before Lord Abergavenny came and, we were hunter-gatherers. And we would hunt. That's my colleague, Rufus Carter, over there. Give it, Rufus Carter. And he gets squirrels, this is true, squirrels, he kills them and turns them into pate. That's him there, children. Little squirrels. Look, Mum, a squirrel. You fed it, right? Your kids have fed that squirrel. He's killed it, turned it into pate, made money out of your kids. And so we were hunters, we got squirrels, and we were gatherers. We're going to get berries. Oh, we're going to go and get berries. We're going to gather berries. It's all autumn. We're gathering berries. Again, now, this is the Abergavenny Food Festival. Going, oh, brilliant. I'll have a berry smoothie, 4 quid. But we were hunter-gatherers, that's what we did. But then we thought, no, we're going to grow some grass. If we grow this grass here and grow it, we can get seeds from it and we'll make bread. We'll do lovely bread. So we build houses around these fields of grass. We'll expand these fields of grass. As we expand these fields of grass, we can build more and more houses. Brilliant. More and more people can come and live here. Brilliant. Now not everybody has to eat this kind of grass seed that we're eating, this wheat that we're eating. We can have people doing other things. Oh, we'll have people, making things, making furniture, making lovely houses, making beautiful works of art, making gold. But who's going to control the gold? Obviously, it's going to be, Abergavenny and his people. They control the gold, but on the other hand, they're spending it. We're making works of art. Now, let's have literature. We're Babylon. Let's have the Gilgamesh epic. Brilliant. First bit ago, we were hunter-gatherers. Now, because we're growing wheat, we can have the Epic of Gilgamesh. And, literature, fantastic. Art, great sort of here, golden bulls, fantastic. It's art, it's fantastic. And so time goes on, and because we grew this wheat in the Middle East, suddenly we've got art and we've got literature and it's Shakespeare. Shakespeare, marvellous. And Newton. We've got science as a consequence of growing wheat. We've got art, we've got science, we've got literature, we've got an entire civilization. I admit it's a bit rubbish sometimes. There's people like Lord Abergavenny. He hasn't been here in so long. Look, the whole place has fallen down. He hasn't even noticed. What's happened to my castle? Well, it's fallen down because you haven't been here, because you didn't care. We've got this fantastic, wonderful civilization, all based on some people in the Middle East going, let's grow wheat. If you're wheat intolerant, you hate art, you hate Shakespeare, and you hate science. And so, like my mum used to say to me about this time every Sunday when I was growing up, you can just about eat what's on your plate and stop your moaning, young man. Thank you very much.